I was first diagnosed when I was 20. I found a small mole that was no bigger than a texture dot on my left calf, and I noticed that it was changing over about a fortnight. It raised and became quite feral looking. I didn't go when I probably should have, and I left it a little bit, but after 2 weeks I noticed that it had gone from being this normal looking mole to being this ominous, dark, horrible looking thing. And I went to the doctor and they cut it out and biopsied it, and when I went back 7 days later to get my stitches out, they sat me down and told me that I actually had melanoma, and from there it was a real whirlwind. Everything happened so quickly. So I was diagnosed with a stage 3 melanoma. So within a couple of days I was in for meetings with my surgeon, and I was in for emergency surgery. Within 5 days. It was a really long recovery period. I couldn't walk for about 3 weeks just because of how much skin they'd had to cut out and take away. And then I got the news that it had spread through my lymphatic system. So I'd had a sentinel node biopsy as part of my initial surgery, and they'd found cells in a lymph node in my groin. So I was back in emergency surgery at that point, and I had a full groin dissection, and they took all the lymph nodes out of the left side of my groin. And that was horrible. That was horrific. Waking up, I'm never going to forget waking up. It looked like, it sounds funny when I say it, like it looked like I'd been attacked by an ice cream scoop. And I just had this gouge out of my body, and it just didn't exist anymore. And that was horrible to look at, with the drains and tubes and everything hanging out of me. That was just the worst part of it for me. You never forget that, and then you realise how huge it's been and how lucky you are and how close you've been to, maybe not making it. And at 20 it was, am I going to make 25? And at 25 now it was like, am I going to make 30? So yeah, it's a constant battle. I feel like you always are in recovery to a degree, and you're always working to make it to that next step and that next milestone. I tell people I love them all the time. I like to hug people. I like to smile, because my time here is precious. The world's precious and people are precious, and it's really important that we look after ourselves. We get one body, we get one self, and we don't get a do-over. So if you muck it up this time, and if you don't look after the body and the skin that you're in, then that's time that you're going to waste, where you could be spending that with people you love, or seeing the world and travelling, or doing exactly what you want to do.